Physical features of India. Let's learn physiographic division of India. Major physiographic division of India are the Himalayan mountains, the northern plains, the peninsular plateau, the coastal plains, the islands. The Himalayan region. Himalayan mountain comprises greatest and highest mountain ranges of the world. These mountains are the young fold mountains and have come into existence as a result of the uplift of the strata formed by the sedimentary rocks. The range lying to the south of the Himadri forms the most rugged mountain system and is known as Himachal or Lesser Himalaya. The outermost range of the Himalayas is called the Shivaliks. The longitudinal valley lying between Lesser Himalaya and the Shivalik are known as Duns. Dehradun, Kotli Dun and Patli Dun are some of the well-known duns. Major mountain peaks situated in the Himalayas include the Everest, the Kanchenjunga, the Nanda Devi and the Kailash, etc. Northern plains of India. The Himalayan and the peninsular rivers have made up this vast undulating plain by depositing alluvial soil. This plain is the result of the interplay of these major river systems. They are the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra and their tributaries. The deposition of alluvium in a vast basin lying at the foothills of the Himalayas over millions of years formed the most densely populated physiographic division. It is spread over an area of 7 lakh square kilometer. The plain is about 2,400 kilometer long and 240 to 320 kilometer wide. It is the most densely populated physiographic division. With a rich soil cover combined with adequate water supply and favorable climate, it is agriculturally the most productive part of the country. This plain has been the center of human settlements from ancient times. Numerous large cities have evolved on the banks of the rivers. Peninsular Plateau region. The Peninsular Plateau is rugged, dissected and is a remnant portion of the great old landmass called the Gondwana land. This plateau is the result of the split of the old landmass, the Gondwana land. It has igneous and metamorphic rocks in abundance. The Anaimundi, the Doda Beta, Kalsubai, Mahabaleshwar, etc. are important peaks or hillocks. This plateau consists of two broad divisions, namely the Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau. The part of the Peninsular Plateau lying to the north of the Narmada River, covering a major area of the Malwa Plateau, is known as the Central Highlands. Eastward extensions of this plateau are locally known as the Bundelkhand and Bagelkhand. The Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats mark the western and the eastern edges of the Deccan Plateau respectively. The Western Ghats are known by different local names. The height of the Western Ghats progressively increases from north to south. The highest peaks include the Anaimudi, 2,695 meters, and the Doda Beta, 2,637 meters. Mahendragiri, 1,501 meters, is the highest peak in the Eastern Ghats. The Indian Desert. The Indian Desert lies towards the western margins of the Aravalli Hills. it has a arid climate with low vegetation. Cover streams appear during the rainy seasons. Soon after they disappear into the sand as they do not have enough water to reach the sea. Luni is the only large river in this region. The coastal plains. The peninsular plateau is flanked by a stretch of narrow coastal strips running along the Arabian Sea on the west and the Bay of Bengal on the east. The western coast, sandwiched between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea, is a narrow plain. It consists of three sections. The northern part of the coast is called the Konkan, Mumbai, Goa. The central stretch is called the Kannauj Plain, while the southern stretch is referred to as the Malabar coast. Large rivers such as Mahanadi, the Godavari, the Krishna and the Kaveri have formed extensive delta on this coast. The islands. You have already seen that India has a vast mainland. Besides this country has two groups of islands. Lakshadweep Island group lying close to the Malabar coast of Kerala. This group of islands is composed of small coral islands. Earlier, they were known as Lakadiv, Minikoy and Amindiv. Kavarati Island is the administrative headquarters of Lakshadweep. The Piti Island, which is uninhabited, has a bird sanctuary. Elongated chain of islands located in the Bay of Bengal extending from north to south. These are Andaman and Nicobar Islands. They are bigger in size and are more numerous and scattered. It would, however, be clear that each region complements the other and makes the country richer in its natural resources. Thus, the diverse physical features of the land have immense future possibilities of development. Summary. Practically, our country has all major physical features of Earth, that is, mountains, plains, deserts, plateaus, and islands. Major physiographic divisions of India are the Himalayan mountains, the northern plains, the peninsular plateau, the coastal plains, the Indian desert. The Indian desert lies towards the western margins of the Aravalli Hills. The islands. You have already seen that India has a vast mainland. Besides this, the country has two groups of islands. The northern plain has been formed by the interplay of the three major river systems, namely the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra, along with their tributaries. The peninsular plateau are a tableland composed of the old crystalline, igneous and metamorphic rocks. It was formed due to the breaking and drifting of the Gondwana land and thus making it a part of the oldest landmass. That is all in this lesson. Keep learning.